we doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to our first stream. Should be a good night of ruggers. Bath and Gloucester at King's Own. Sorry, it's not, is it? Is it the Rec? Duh. Yeah, Bath and Gloucester at the Rec. Oh, that's going to bug me all night now I've done that. Should be a good game. Bottom of the table clash at local derby though, so we're looking forward to that. How is everybody? Is anybody even here? I don't think we are, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're here for the ruggers, and that is that. So, yeah, here we go then. So a bit of ruggers for you on a Friday night. Love a Friday night under lights. It's always a good night. It's always a game that people get up for. So a good one to start with. Bath and Gloucester should be a really hard-fought contest. Bottom of the table clash. In fact, let's have a little goosey gander at the table. So my face is sort of poking out the bottom of that, but never mind. Anyway, right, so Gloucester firmly at the bottom of the table with one win. Really need to turn it on this evening. And Bath just 2 places above them in 10th. You really feel these two sides are really going to have to go at it tonight to walk away with the 4 points. Should be a close run thing. Will Gloucester be able to turn that tide now that relegation's been taken off the table? Will they be able to play a little bit more free-flowing rugby? Who knows? Time will tell, and will Bath be able to turn the screw on Leicester Tigers, who are just above them? Anyway, let's have a little look at those team sheets. So, the Bath team, and I'm a stupid idiot because I haven't written these down properly, so excuse me. Shuin, Dunn and Judd. Bayliss and Williams are in the second row. Falatau, Reed and Mercer are in the back row. 9 is Ben Spencer, and also captain. And Reece Priestland, the soon-to-be departed Reece Priestland, off to Cardiff Blues next season. There, and then we've got Maitland and Clark in the centres. Muir, I didn't see that. Do it again. Let's come back to that. Who finish it off? Oh, Rockinagui and de Glanville are your back starting 3 for Bath. Plenty of replacements on there, but the writing's too small. I'm never going to read that, so we will let that be. But they'll come on at some point, and I'll try and keep up with it. Let's go! Tom's in. Welcome, Tom. Welcome to the first stream. I think you're probably going to be the only person here, so feel free to abuse me all you like. Right, on to the Gloucester team. So, we've got Rapava Ruskin, Walker, Borman, Slater, Craig, Reed, Captain Ludlow. How come you're on this channel now? This is my channel. The other channel is the Rugby Club's channel. This channel belongs to me. This one's my channel. So, Deez TV is Dunstablian's Rugby Club channel. Rugby Geeks is me. All me. I liked what I was doing over at Deez and decided that, do you know what? I should reap the rewards for something I'm doing. So I moved over here, and this is my new home. Anyway, so we've got Reed, Ludlow as captain, Ackerman at 8, and then in the backs we've got Hines, 12 Trees, Thornley, Seabrook, Harris, Reece Zammit after a performance last week. Ooh, there could be some fireworks there, and Woodward. That makes up your Gloucester team. So, plenty to get your teeth into with those two sides. As I say, relegation is firmly off the table. I'm saving the abuse for TK. Can't be abusing the best any to do it, aka my new favourite streamer. You fraud. You're a fraud if you think I'm the best any after my last 2 performances. But never mind. Yeah. Cool. So we've got a little bit of time before kick-off. Another 7 minutes or so. So plenty of time to get our teeth into some of the things that are going on roundabouts at the minute. Most importantly, at Bath, their fly half, their starting fly half this evening, has just signed for Cardiff Blues, returning back to the Welsh teams and back to the Pro 12, which should be interesting for him. Obviously, in my opinion, what's the word I'm looking for? A lower standard of rugby in the Pro 12, in the majority of the Pro 12. Let's take nothing away from Leinster and Munster. Laughing faces. Such a fraud. Are you here to see me fail? Is that what you're here for? Are you here to see me fall on my face? But yes, anyway, Priestland to Cardiff Blues. It's a good move for him. It makes sense. It's understandable. You know, he wants to mix it with his country, and he's got to get involved in the league that are showcasing the most Welsh players. So he's got to mix it with the best to beat the best. Not saying that the Pro 12 is the best league by far. Take nothing away from Leinster and Munster, but I think the other teams are a little bit poo. So, what else has happened recently? Oh, so we've had the RFU have decided no relegation for the Premiership this season. Is this beginning of ring fencing? We discussed it in a stream on D's TV last week, but we'll probably discuss it again here, as I'll have few talking points, and I doubt that we're going to have many people in because this is the first one. But anyway, do us a favour, Tom, while you're here. I think you're the only person here, so do us a favour, hit the like button. It does help. It goes a long way. If you haven't already, that is. We've got a couple of people in. We've got a couple of people about. But do hit that like button. It helps get us in front of other people, so that'll all be great as well. As I say, we're here for a bit of ruggers tonight, and we will be back tomorrow for some more rugby. 2 games tomorrow. I can't remember who we're going to cover tomorrow, but we'll have a look at the fixtures and we'll work it out. But we will be back tomorrow. So if you do want to see those games with us, do hit the subscribe button. Feel free to chat as well, do comment, and I will answer as many of them as I can, which is probably going to be all of them, because they're not coming in thick and fast. But yes, as the players leave the field for the end of their warm-up, we will be rejoined by BT Sports. If you do want to watch the game alongside us, it's being shown on BT Sports 2 HD, so you can watch the game alongside and have a chat with us. The whole idea is that this is supposed to be sort of replacing your friends, because we can't go to the pub and watch the game. We'll watch it online together. Why not? Why not? But yes, do hit that like button. We've got 2 likes. We've got 2. I'd like to get to 5 by the end of the stream. That would be amazing if we could get to 5. So Tom, if you've got loads of alt accounts, let's smash them in as well. But yes. So, what do we think? I think this is going to be a bit of a tasty affair. I love a derby. I love a derby game. In my playing days, you get up on a Saturday morning and you go, it's derby day. Oh, and the animosity between the two teams. Never met each other than on the rugby field, but you can't stand each other because of the colours you wear. It's liked. Well done, Tom. Good man. Oh, yes, I can see 2 likes. That's amazing. Thank you ever so much for that. I appreciate you. How does it look, by the way? Does it look all right? I had to play with the saturation a little bit because the colour was off. I looked like I'd look like a ghost. So we're just going through those teams again. Oh, I can go through the replacements now, can't I? Let's go through the Bath replacements. So we've got Walker, Batty, Thomas, Ellis, Standen, Chudley, Schumann. Oh, there's been a change. Oh no, it's the other Schumann. Tyan Schumann and Jonathan Joseph all make the bench this evening. So plenty of ones to watch, including hooker Tom Dunn. Should have a good game. But we will see. And Will Muir as well, one to watch. Right, Gloucester replacements. We haven't done those, have we? So we've got Socino. Oh, he was... I'm pretty sure he was at Newcastle a couple of seasons ago. Seville, Ford Robinson, Ollie Atkins, Freddie Clark, Stephen Varney, George Barton and Henry Trinder all make the bench. Chris Harris, one to watch in the centres. And yeah. And we've got Kyle Moyle, a change from Woodward. So there you go. You can't trust everything you read on Twitter. So Kyle Woodward has now has replaced Woodward at fullback, but no other changes to the squads. Plenty of power in that pack. Should be a real crunch around the breakdown. Should see lots of good clean ball from these two teams. But will Gloucester be able to turn the tide on their losing ways? One from 9 they've won. It's a bit like my Foot Champs record. But yes. It'll be interesting to watch because teams often get super nervous as they get closer and closer to a win, and then quite often when they're in a losing rut, they end up throwing the game away because they just don't know how to win. They've just forgotten how to win, and we'll see if that is the case for Gloucester this evening. Hopefully not. Hopefully they'll put on a good show, and it'll be a good game to watch. Anyway, here come the players. Gloucester in all white this evening. A change from their usual red and white hoops with their multitude of advertising, including Mitsubishi and Oil. Because you couldn't get too further apart, could you? Anyway, out they come, and out come Bath in their traditional blue, black, white hoops with gold trim, and their big old emblazoned Hoover logo, Dyson, on the front of their shirts. So, slow walk out for the players as we get about to get things underway. And we're paying our respects to Dave Egerton, club legend of Bath, forever loved and always missed. So we'll take a moment's silence for that. We do love a moment's silence. Right. Let's wait for the referee's whistle, and then we'll go quiet. Guessing the announcer's just given a description of Mr. Egerton to the players. You'd have to feel sorry for players that do a minute's silence before a game. Kind of gets them standing still, gets them cold. Oh, it's a minute's applause. I'm not there, but we'll do it. It's the right thing. There we go. Minute's applause is done and dusted. I say done and dusted. It's I don't mean it in that sense, but for me, it's something. It's the right thing to do in terms of respecting those that came before us, and for whatever reasons that we do them. But equally, you can see players shivering. It's a blustery night in Bath, and already, standing still. for 60 seconds has got a couple of them shivering. Anyway, here we go. So Wayne Barnes is the man in the middle this evening. Love a bit of Barnesy. Big up to his YouTube channel as well. Great descriptions with his kids' toys of different laws of the game and explaining those beautifully. But as the kickoff comes, we've already got a knock-on from Bath. So early Gloucester scrum, and we are underway. Here we go. This will be the first big test for both sides in their up front departments, and we'll see. Jesus, that is a ginger man. Wow. But I'm not going to argue with him. He looks huge. So, Gloucester success rate on their own feed only 88%, which is pretty poor. But it doesn't matter anyway. Bath have early engaged and have got a free kick. I've just realised we haven't got any ball. We haven't got our ball tracking on. I do apologise. Let's get some of that on. Right, so now Gloucester have knocked it on just inside the 10. So yeah, hopefully it gets a little bit easier than this, because we do not fancy an evening just full of scrummaging. Oh, that's no good. Anyway, we'll work on the ball tracking. The ball tracking will come in time. And so, oh, good lord, Bath kick out on the full. So we're going to come back for the line out there. I can't keep up with this and fix this at the same time. What's going on? Anyway, so Gloucester with the line out. Just on the Bath 10. Goes to the back and over the top, and Bath pick it up. It's just been mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, and we're only 3 minutes into the game as Bath kick clear, and the kick tennis begins, and Priestland gathers with a kick return. And now we have a Gloucester line out on the halfway line. 3 minutes in, and it looks super cagey. I love this copy. Is it too loud? Or is it just right? I don't know. I'm not even listening to it. What is it? We've gone a bit hardcore on this, haven't we? Copyright free bangers. I can't be getting any more strikes on this account. I thought I was really clever last Six Nations. I went, oh, I know what will get loads of views. I'll just put all of the tries in one video from the weekend, and that'll be fine. And I put some of those copyright free bangers over it, and I got copyright striked. So whoops. But never mind. Anyway, Gloucester are bundled into touch, and again, just so cagey, just so cagey. Here we go. Right, we're in. We're in. Let's crop that down. That's not what I wanted. So Bath now start to come round the corner, looking to gain some momentum in phases, and they go to the Caterpillar and fake the kick, and Rockanaguni knocks it on. Wow. There we go. We got some ball tracking now as well, which is good. Which is what we like to see. Tom, how is the music? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it just right? What are we saying? Right, we can watch some ruggers now, as we have a Bath line out on the halfway line. And I see that I'm a little bit behind the ball tracking for some reason. But the peel was not well executed, and Bath are forced to recycle through the forwards and kick possession away. And it goes virtually nowhere, about 3 metres before Gloucester managed just about to cling on to it. And again, we're straight back to the Caterpillar. Neither team have any interest in playing any rugby in their own half. And as I say that, we have a little bit of a run from Bath that brings them up to their 10. As we are now spinning it out to the backs. And to no avail, Bath are forced, thanks to the defensive structure of Gloucester, to kick possession away. So again, Gloucester just outside their 10, pumping the ball up as they go around the corner with the forwards. Very much using the forwards at the minute, and as I say that, it comes out to the backs, but Bath are fast up on them and drive them back towards their own 22. Back towards the halfway line, as they go back to the forwards, back to one-up runners. Very, very simple rugby, and then as soon as the forwards fail, it's just up into the air for Bath to call a mark. Oh, about 30 seconds behind. Probably shouldn't have watched it on the app. Never mind. So the mark's been called, and Bath now have the 22 dropout. And what are we saying here? So it looks like we've got a HIA coming on. So yes. And the young lock is going off. Looks like he got an elbow in the head in a collision zone. So it's a rugby incident, but we will be having our first change of the evening. Oh, hey up. Calamity. Josh Bayliss, I believe, going off. Let's have a look. Yeah, too high in the tackle. Forearm handoff. Penalty, maybe. Yeah, it's a tough call, and the commentators are saying as well that it's probably a 50-50, just a rugby incident. But I don't like that. What are we saying anyway? We got Gloucester video ref. Oh, I think the TMO is going to have a butcher's at this. Yes, we are going to look at this, and it is contact with the head first. So, oh, this could be a red, you know. Based on the last couple of weeks of rugby, this could be a red. He's led with the forearm. He's got direct contact with the head. Oh, I don't know. I'd hate to see it because I don't think it's purposeful. But it is direct contact, and he clocks him clean in the jaw with his forearm. Ooh, I want to say yellow, but I've got a feeling this is going to be red, you know. Right, let's have a listen. Foul play, I'm away from the body. Oh, he's given it red. Oh! Even me Mike can't believe it. Direct to the head. No mitigation. It's going to be a red. He's gone. Oh, no. Oh, Gloucester, what have you done? Oh, Ruskin. Oh, that is a huge blow to Gloucester. And they are going to be in big old trouble now. This is going to be a long 71 and a half minutes for Gloucester. Oh, dear. Looking back at the replays, I mean, at first glance, you're going, yeah, it's 50-50. Should that be a penalty? And then when you slow it down and watch the replay, then it looks pretty bad. Anyway, Bayliss is off. Ellis is on for the HIA assessment. I did have a bit of string somewhere. Keep this microphone in check. But crikey, O'Reilly. This could turn into a massive dead rubber. This could turn into a drubbing now. And this could be a difficult watch if you're a Gloucester fan. However, I'm not a Gloucester fan, so we're going to persevere. Yeah, that's fine. 2 episodes. Okay. Magic. Right, anyway, so Gloucester. What do you do here now, Gloucester? I'd be looking to keep that ball in hand. And here we go. We got some more handbags. The props don't like each other this evening. We love a bit of niggle in a derby, and we've got a bit of niggle. That's what we're here for. As Ruskin's on the bench now, in his coat, shaking his head, but he's got, to be fair, he's got very little to shake his head about. Anyway, line out, here it comes. Bath on the Gloucester 10, and not straight, so we'll have a scrum. Another mistake. COVID rugby. It's not the one, boys. It's not the one. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's these guys that just haven't had much. Well, I mean, we finished last season and we pretty much went straight into this season, and we're into week 10 of the season. So it's you know, there's no excuses really. But do players need? That's the argument around all sport now, isn't it? Do players desperately need fans back to perform? Are they really struggling without having fans? Having said that, the amateur game, we do that every Saturday. You got no fans. You got no ground. You're in some tin shed in middle of back end of nowhere. Blue, blue, blue. Another scrum free kick against Bath. And for a team that have just lost who have got a man down in the forwards, Gloucester seem to be dominating the scrum zone. Anyway. Here it goes. That absolute tremendous bomb from 12 trees gets Bath all the way back to their 5 and forced into a position where they're going to run clear. And we're back to Priestland, who goes to the boot and clears his lines only as far as just outside the 22. Well, I mean, it's not, in terms of where you'd want a kick to go, it's not the best, but Bath managed to butcher it and make that very difficult for themselves. So anyway, on the 22, Gloucester line out, which is successfully brought down and a maul is formed. And Gloucester absolutely trundle forward for the first 3 metres before it comes down. No foul play, says the referee. Not making the ball available, but Hines snipes around the corner, gathers 5 metres or so before the forwards start their pick and go and short game. And again, forwards just rolling around that corner. Oh no, what's happened to me? What's happened to me tracker? What's happened to me ball tracker? There it is. It's all going on this evening. Anyway, Hines gets slotted and penalty advantage for offside coming right under the sticks. You would think that Gloucester will get first shot at goal as oh dear, a missed 3 pass doesn't make it without surprise, and we'll come back for the offside penalty. Oh, just the knock on. Just the knock on advantage. I thought it was a penalty. My apologies. So Bath, who have already struggled with the scrums at the minute, are now going to have to defend a scrum on their own, in their own 22. Bath at the minute, on average, score 9.5 points for every 10 minutes they're down to 10 men. So they've got 70 minutes here. They could this could be a drubbing. But Bath, I haven't seen any cop from them at the minute. They've been made look average by Gloucester, who have really bitten in. Now they're down to 10. Down to 10, down to 14. And the scrum comes up, so we'll reset that. Right, so referee sets the mark. Tom Dunn trying to sneak forward a little bit, but Wayne Barnes is wearing none of that. And here we go. So Bath really not looking stable in the scrum at all. It looks like Gloucester have dropped their fullback as well and are going to scrummage with 8. And so Gloucester now 1 metre out and a penalty, offside, and then a knock on. So we'll come back for the penalty, which is just 5 metres out. And Gloucester, according to the ball tracker, have already scored it. See if I can. I appear to be a full minute behind, which is a bit annoying. But never mind. Anyway, we will wait to catch up with the ball tracker. Ruan Ackerman, number 8 this evening, with a nice little run before giving it to 12 Trees, who was awarded the penalty for offside. Beautiful scenes around the wreck this evening, as always, with those old buildings. And if you've got a spot in one of them, you've got one of the best views in rugby at the minute. Anyway, Gloucester with first blood, despite being down to 14, have managed to get up on the board. What's our copyright-free bangers doing at the minute? No idea. Well, it's a bit deep, isn't it? What are we saying with this? Oh, there we go. And what are we saying? He's competing now, I would say, but he's done enough to put him off, which is fair play. And Bath are going to get awarded. Sorry, Gloucester are awarded with the scrum. Not sure why. Never the mind. Never the mind. Anyway. Here we go. Gloucester scrum. We're a little bit behind the ball tracker, which is fine. We can live with that. Penalty Gloucester. Penalty Gloucester. Bath are a joke at scrum time this evening. They are having an absolute mare. Judges all over the place. Dunn getting up off the floor. Doesn't know where he is. It's woeful. Considering that Gloucester have lost a prop to a red card, they should be getting absolutely hammered. But Bayliss is back, so nothing wrong with the HIA. And Ellis comes back off. He'll be back later on for a few more minutes. It would appear Bayliss has got some fresh tape as Gloucester whinge about the gap left. And the officials sort that out. So we're back underway. And Gloucester retain on the old... whatchamacallit? Line out. And are going back around the corner, but are being marched backwards. Neither team have been very successful with ball in hand. Both teams are rolling backwards at a rate of knots and being forced into a kick as Bath struggle to make even a single metre in their efforts to get over the 10-metre line. Again, are forced into a kick, and the mark is called. This has got slow burner written all over it. I can't see a try coming at the minute. Anyway, kick to compete. 1 for Gloucester, 3 for Bath. Kick for territory, 6 for Gloucester, 4 for Bath. Thought there was a lot more kicking than that. But it is very early doors for this much kicking. Anyway, the mark's called, and ball finds touch, and we're going to have a line out. I'm a full minute behind. I don't understand why. What's wrong with this? Oh well. It is what it is. So, line out successful, and Gloucester kick away, and Bath gather comfortably, and Spencer will move the ball to the forwards, who will have a little bash up, not really go forward anywhere, just get into the gain line. No advantage for the offside, but clearly offside there. Anyway, the Caterpillars formed, and normal service is resumed as Spencer clears as far as the Gloucester 10, where it's captured by Hines. And Gloucester run up to meet their own 10 line. And again, another kick from 12. It's like watching England play this. It's just kick after kick after kick. Can't go anywhere, so we'll kick it. Not the most exciting rugby at the moment, but I'm sure as tired legs wear on, it will get open up a little bit. But obstruction by Dunn, and we have a Gloucester penalty. Crossing called. Although crossing is never actually a law. The law is obstruction. Bath claiming that it was a very clear red card. Stuart Hooper, Director of Rugby, very clear that that was a red card. Me, not so much. I think there could have been some grey area there. But anyway, Gloucester got the line out after the penalty, and they are deep in Bath territory. So, Gloucester are Gloucester in with the line out then, and does appear that we are still some way behind the ball tracking, some 45 seconds to a minute now. But we press, and Gloucester crab their maul towards the line, and out from Willie Hines into the 13 channel. And a massive munch from the back line. Very dominant tackle. But Gloucester able to retain. But again, another mistake. And again, we have another knock-on. I should have been keeping a tally on this because we've had tons of knock-on. The weather looks absolutely fine. I mean, it looks a bit cold, but it doesn't look wet or slick, or there'll be the natural dew on the pitch, but it doesn't look like ball should be going down this often, this easily. It's not a great advert for the Premiership tonight so far. So Bath under pressure with their scrum, have another scrum to defend. Well, no, sorry, it's their put-in, isn't it? But another scrum to deal with deep in their own territory, as Ben Spencer gets ready to put the ball in, just waiting for forwards to be set and ready, and they're bound up. And here we go. And more pop up, but the ball was available at the back, and Gloucester absolutely pile through the ball carrier and have won the ball on the Bath 2 meters out from the line. Lots of time, and a penalty coming for Gloucester again. The 14-man Gloucester have again got themselves in with the shout for at the very least 3 points, you would think, from where this penalty is. No advantage coming. Just outside the posts. Willie Hines looks to go early, and captain says, no, thank you very much. We will have a go at taking the 3. And up steps 12 Trees. But it sounds like the ball tracker has just told us. There you go. 4 penalties conceded already by Bath to Gloucester's 1. And that 1 penalty was a red card. Anyway, looks like Gloucester missed that. I'll watch it now. We are, a minute behind, so I do apologise that the commentary is not in time with the ball tracker. I am slightly behind on that, for reasons I am not entirely sure of. But anyway, well, I've got the kick is good. in front of me. I've just watched a kick go over and flags go up. So the ball trackers got it wrong. The score is 6-0. As we're back underway. I don't know why the ball trackers got that so horribly wrong. Never mind. I'm sure it will rectify itself in time. Anyway, Gloucester formed the Caterpillar 6 points clear. So an unconverted try ahead. And kick is away. And the broken play invites the number 8 onto a little dart. And so does for Spencer. Ben Spencer. But 12 Trees concedes the penalty because the tackler didn't roll away. So Bath go for the kick to touch. There we go. We fixed the score. 6-0. That's perfect. All good. All gravy. And so the kick for touch finds just outside the 22. Happy, happy days. I'll tell you what, it's going to be really interesting to pick a man of the match from this because it's been poor so far. There you go. Bath haven't completed more than 3 phases with the ball so far. And they've only got 36% possession. Tom will be spinning in his grave on 36% possession. But there we go. Anyway. So, Bath with the line out. Maximum phases. Bath have 3. Gloucester have 8. Wow. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Okay. But I think that this will be their 3rd or 4th phase now. So they're looking to bump up around the corner and they are camped on that 22 line. But Gloucester defending it like it's their try line, which is always good to see. As the pick and goes continue for Bath. But running on his pick and go on his own. Got himself isolated. Ball sealed and Bath concede another penalty. Too many penalties. 5 penalties in 27 minutes. Crikey O'Reilly. And Gloucester are able to comfortably clear their lines as far as the Bath 10. So, Gloucester line out, and they are slow to get there, but they are there now. And up they go. Maul is set. Matt Cardy on the touchline shouting instructions to the Bath players that are starting to swim up the side of the Maul. And eventually the penalty is given away by Bath yet again. This time swimming up the side of the Maul, formerly known as in at the side. So 12 Trees now with the gentle nudge, and within 90 seconds they've gone from defending their own 22 to being in possession deep in the Bath 22. There we go. Playmaker balance this evening. Bath off of 10. Well, nothing off of 12. 20% off 10. 80% off 9. Same for both teams. Which sort of shows you how much work is being done through the forwards. 80% of ball carriers have been through the forwards. Again, the Maul is set and the Maul is rolling and Bath are creaking. Gloucester have absolutely got the Bath pack lined up. as they try to come wide, and a huge hit, and Reece Zammit just bounces off it. 2 tackles, nearly a third, before he's brought to ground. How did he stay up on that tackle? That man's a beast. But again, Gloucester looking to use width now. And they go back to the forwards as they inch their way ever closer to that Bath try line. Reverse play into the corner. Still no joy. As the forwards crash up as they breach the 5-metre line, and the pick and goes can begin. And here we go. The slow, methodical play that is pick and go. And they're over the line, but it's held up. So we're going to come back for a Gloucester scrum. Gloucester are absolutely bringing it in this game. And Reece Zammit, Jesus. Rokanaguni, absolutely. Whoa! Lively much. Rokanaguni absolutely leathers him, and has ended up injuring himself, but it just bounced off Reece Zammit. So we'll have a little pause while Rocco gets some treatment, and I find a bit of string. I could really do with a bit of string. It looks like that will be the end of Rokanaguni's evening, as Jonathan Joseph replaces him. They've used his shirt as a sling as he's gone off, so you would imagine that he's probably done some serious damage to his shoulder. Let's have a look at this, see if we can see anything. No. But yeah, nobody likes to see that that elbow go up into the shirt. It's normally pretty serious when that happens. So we wish Rocco Oguni a speedy recovery. There we go. That should hold that. Oh, and Hines tries the old-fashioned diving flick away and has dropped it, but managed to regather and recycle. But the rolling maul goes backwards, and Bath dominate that, but Gloucester are able to continue this attack as Bath get the turnover and hoof it downfield over the 10, bouncing away towards the 22. It's going to stay in field, but there's nowhere for Reece Zammit to go, and a little chip back for Priestland to gather and spin it out towards Joseph on the other wing. And Bath now try to move that ball and find some gaps, and they do. And Spencer with a chip over the top. Hines just about gets there. He's carried it back, so it will be a Bath scrum, but that won't be anything that really worries Gloucester at the minute. Great work by Ben Spencer to get back there and cover that. And a lovely... great work from Ben Spencer to get that chip away. And a vision to try and put the wingers in. And fantastic work from Hines to gather that bouncing bomb of a ball. I tell you what, the bounce wasn't the kindest, and I think if he hadn't got that first little elbow on it, he would have been in some big trouble there. But there we go. Right, so we are going to have a Bath scrum on the 5 metre line. They've gone from being absolutely dominated to a position where they could be in with taking the lead here. So we'll watch eagerly. The scrums have been pretty poor, but 8 minutes left of the half, and you would think that if Bath can get a score here, this game is wide open. So it's worth getting it right for Bath, who put the ball in now, and the scrum doesn't budge. Bath have advantage for wheeling. And this particular corner of the pitch is wonderfully cut up with just one scrum. Notorious area of the wreck. It does always tend to get boggy in that corner. So they'll move over ever so slightly and reset this scrum. But Jonathan Joseph is hugging the far touchline, and you would imagine the way they're set up, extremely narrow. We're going to see some dummy runners here, and Priestland's going to put in a crossfield. But here we go. Ball is in. But ball is loose. The ball is loose, and penalty. Penalty for Gloucester, and they are off the hook. Bath have managed to butcher the opportunity. And you would say, given the majority of the first half, Gloucester have been the side that won it a bit more. But he's used his hands in the ruck. It's still at the feet of the front row. You can't reach that far forward. You can only reach in as far as the second row. So well spotted, Wayne Barnes. So Hines kicks clear. But it's out on the full, so we'll go back. Yet another mistake in this game. There are more mistakes in this game than there were in my mother's womb, me being one of them. Crikey, it's a bit messy, but we move, we roll. Bath have the line out just inside the Gloucester 10. Five minutes of the half remaining. Go to the back jumper. Big old Ginge. Before Spencer wheels away and spins the ball wide. Priestland goes even wider to Joseph. And Joseph in the 5 metre channel trying to stay in touch desperately. And has managed to keep the ball in play. Ben Spencer nudged a little bit off of counter ruckers there, but all fair game, and Bath managed to retain possession. As again, the ball goes to boot, but plenty of space back in the Gloucester 22, and Reece Samet under pressure off his own 5. Touched in flight, so it means everybody's onside, and 12tree gathers on the halfway line. The game just opening up a little bit as mistakes start to benefit each other's teams. And Thornley, a great tap tackle and a knock on, and Bath roll around, and advantage is over. And a calamity of errors as people dive over each other to get the ball. We're gonna bring it all back. Right, so we have got to end the half. 3 minutes left of the half. We've got a Gloucester scrum on the Bath 10. Feels like that phrase has been the story of the half. Gloucester scrum in Bath territory. And with them being able to dominate that as well. There's still plenty of punch in this game, though. You know, both teams are well up for this one. They are all about that niggle still, and they are not gonna go away without a bit of a fight. Right, so the ball nestled in the second row as the 8 reaches in and grabs hold, and away he goes. Hines out to 12 trees on the 10, and oh, where's that gone? Well, he's flicked the offload into touch. Who's that? Moyle has flicked the offload into touch on the 22 and given away possession. If it had just recycled, Gloucester were in a very powerful position. Couldn't quite get it to re-sam it. Anyway. So Gloucester firmly on top, but Bath have a line out on their own 22 line, and we would very much expect this one to go up and down, which it does, and the ball flung out as hey, off he goes. Who's that? Rapid injection of pace, and a kick goes through for Joseph. Doesn't bounce kindly, but it is picked up. And another nudge goes through as Reece Samet picks up on his own 20, just inside his own 22, and kicks clear to Priestland, who bounce passes all the way across and is pointing, saying, get it into the corner. 1 minute left on the clock as Bayliss skips through tackles and is now driving forward with Latchers as a maul is called, but ball comes back cleanly. And feet fly from Gloucester as they try to disturb the ball. Joseph now. This is the best phase of play we've seen of this game. Beautiful open stuff, and in go Bath for the try through number 6. Right on the stroke of half time. You couldn't write this stuff. Epic try from Falatau. Some beautiful play there by a country mile. Some of the best rugby we've seen all night. Ben Spencer nearly got caught out by a Bath boot. By a Gloucester boot, but Gloucester did not retreat from that. But no penalty coming. It just allowed that space to open up in behind them. And I think they're having a look at this for foul play. I'm not sure. But There we are. Either way, 5 points on the board for the Bath try. As the clock continues to tick into the red, and Priestland slots that home down the middle. It is indeed half-time. No, we're not going to have a look. Well, what an interesting half of rugby. On one hand, for the first 38 minutes, there were some pretty shoddy hands there. And then for the last 2 minutes, Bath, absolutely fantastic hands. Great turn of pace in the game. Great injection of pace to allow them the space and the time to go over through Falatau and get the first try of the game. Fantastic stuff. So, halftime adverts. We will be back in a brief second while I get myself another little beverage to wet that whistle. Do stick around with us, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on at halftime in just a few moments. Welcome back. Hello, TSW dude. Welcome in. Who do I support? I'm a Newcastle Falcons fan, my friend. What about you? Who do you support? Welcome in. I hope you're enjoying the game. Bit of an odd game, hasn't it? Been a lot of mistakes. Mainly from Gloucester, who, after that early red card, I thought would dominate things, but really haven't. Really struggled to... Bath, have really struggled to take advantage of that, and quite shocking. But yeah, do tell me, who do you support? Who's your team? I'm a Falcons fan, have been for, well, as long as I can remember, really. But yeah, plenty more rugby to come this weekend, by the way. So do hit that like and subscribe button. Help us get seen by a few more people. We'll be back tomorrow for some live action. I think we're going to cover the Quins game at 1 o'clock. And then we'll cover one of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. I haven't decided which one yet. I'm a bit undecided on which one looks the juiciest. So, yeah. But come on then. TSW dude, if you're there. I'm in Gloucester, so Gloucester. Well, considering you've had a red card, you've done pretty well to have dominated this game so far, bar that last 2 minutes of the half, where Bath had some fantastic hands and some fantastic open play to get Falatau in for the try. But red card for you? It was for me. You just can't have contact with the head anymore, and it's unfortunate that he's lifted his forearm like that. But for me, no debate. It is red all day. You know, if he'd have caught the shoulder first, but he's led with his forearm. I mean, lead with your hand. So, in fact, they're just talking about it on the commentaries now, and see what they're saying. Yeah, undebatable red. So that seals that debate firmly. But I would love to hear your thoughts. So if you have got any thoughts on the red card, do pop it in the chat and let me know as well. While we're talking about a little bit of admin, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We would love to see some more of you. Now then, let's talk about 12 Trees' kicking game. He seems to have absolutely nailed it. But for me, some of those kicks are just a little bit deep. But he is finding space. He's finding space, and that's what you want when you're kicking for territory. You want to find that space and put the gatherers under pressure through the chasers. But for me, I'd love to see Gloucester compete a little bit more in the air and take advantage of that beautiful high ball that can swirl around, especially looking at the wind in Bath this evening. It is going all over the shop. So would love to see Gloucester compete a little bit more and cause some more mistakes. I'm there, but was in the tunnel. Oh, what? You're at the game? How have you managed that? I mean, that's pretty cool. How are you at the wreck? Nice. I like that. And Hugo Monnier gets to keep one of the match balls because he's touched it, and now it's no longer COVID secure. So that is pretty awesome for him. Yeah, come on. How are you in the tunnel? How are you in the tunnel? How are you at the wreck? You've got my intrigue now. Or am I being trolled? I'm being trolled, I think. Right, so more adverts from BT Sports. If you do want to watch the game alongside our coverage, then that would be fab. It's on BT Sport 2. You can find it there through your local service provider. Oh yeah, I'm a photographer. Oh, are you really? Oh, cool, nice. That's pretty awesome. You must get all the best seats then. That's pretty cool. So, what's your opinion of the game so far? Do you think this is as it was intended? Do you think this is the derby we all hoped for, or has it been a bit of a dead rubber, nothing game where nothing's really happened for you? Like I say, in my opinion, for the first 35 minutes, it was a bit of a hard watch. It was a bit of a kick fest, and I thought we were going to have 80 minutes of kick tennis, but it has opened up a little bit as half-time creeped in. No troll, no troll. That's amazing. Well, welcome in, and thank you for joining us. Stick us in your ear while you take your snaps. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts. Well, I suppose you're pretty close to the action then, so you can be our insider knowledge. What's the atmosphere like at a game with no fans, especially a derby? It would normally be a game where there's so much hype, and so much electricity around the stadium. It must feel pretty flat, and I wonder how that affects the players. I mean, we know it at an amateur level, how you get on with a derby, but we're used to not having any fans at our games. So it would be interesting to hear how the professionals are getting on, because 9 times out of 10 they pretty much have played most of their career with fans. I think Gloucester have been quite good. Hopefully they can get back in the lead. Yeah, I mean, I think it's been okay for Gloucester. Their kicking game has worked better than Bath's. Neither team have really been able to breach the other's defences, other than that moment at the end. But I think Bath's discipline are going to let them down, and Gloucester are going to be able to kick their way to victory. If the first half is anything to go by, I think Gloucester should get 2 or 3 kickable attempts at goal, and if Bath continue in the vein that they have been, no more than sort of until the end, no more than 3 or 4 phases before they kick, we are looking at potentially Gloucester's second win of the season, which would be quite nice, wouldn't you agree? But yeah, I'm looking forward to this second half now. It's got potential. It's got loads of potential. We'll just see how they come out. Has that break just been enough to prevent Bath gaining any momentum, or has it been enough to make Gloucester question their process? The atmosphere is quiet, but in the stadium, commentators are still happening, so that hasn't changed. Yeah, no, yeah, the commentators are still there. I can hear them. I'm watching. So I suppose the cameras and whatnot provide enough pressure, doesn't it? But yeah, it must be strange for them, but interesting all at the same time. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in the stadium. I'll have to try and get myself a press pass and go to one of the games and stream from the stadium. That would be pretty cool. I'd love to do that. But yeah, early doors, first stream. So welcome to the Originals Club. Super. So second half is just around the corner. We are waiting for BT to pack in with their adverts. I do despise adverts in sport. It winds me up. You pay all this money for these premium channels and they're riddled with advertising. I'd love a little bit more punditry, but there we go. We're just getting shots of the beautiful architecture around the stadium, and we will be back underway shortly, you would think, as the players are back out on the field now. For me, they've been out for a while. For you, TSW. So here we go. We are about to get back underway. Half-time score: Bath 7, Gloucester 6, and you would say that this try that Bath have scored, it was very much against the run of play, very much against the head, and Faletau has been gifted the opportunity to get some points on the board to keep Bath in contention at the moment. So we've got some changes at half time then, and I was too busy texting to notice. But here we go. There's like 15 other photographers there, so not that competitive on the photography side. No, I can imagine. And I can imagine this would be a bit of a hard sell to the publishers, but having said that, there are plenty of publishers these days. So I hope you get some good snaps, mate. I would love to know. Actually, yeah, that would be really interesting. Who are your big buyers? Anyway, we're back underway. We are a little bit behind the ball tracker on the television in front of me, so that's my mistake for watching it via the app. But never mind. As Bath are inside their own 22, and the kick tennis that we were so familiar with in the first half resumes as Bath exit downfield towards the 10. So, yep, Priestland off to Cardiff Blues next year, and that will be interesting to see how he gets on there, given that he hasn't really been around the Wales squad for some time now. Advantage goes towards Gloucester there for playing the man in the air in the line out. And Gloucester find their way up to the 10. Let's check the audio. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so no advantage. We're coming back for the penalty to Gloucester, who are going to kick down towards that corner. Playing the man in the air, just grabbed his arm while they were at the top of the jump in the line out, which you obviously can't do. Disrupted the ball, and 12 Trees will give Gloucester a firm footing deep in Bath territory. I occasionally sell stuff to Getty, but that's only like big marches and other sport. Oh, really? So how do you get into games like this then? I'm guessing you get a press pass, but interesting. Do you know, the life of a photographer has always been an intrigue of mine. You always seem to be in the right place just at the right time. As Gloucester look to utilise those switches again, but it goes slightly wrong, and the ball goes to ground and is hoofed clear by Bath, but broken play for Gloucester allows quick ball, and well, that was a bit of an obstruction, but they get away with it. Again, more sloppy ball hitting ground, but Gloucester are able to retain as they march towards the 10. Press like media pass. Yeah. Press media pass. Cool. And, sloppy knock on. And Bath will have the put in at the scrum. And you just find that both teams are just lacking that final piece. You know, they just seem to just make a mistake just at the crucial moment. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, Bath scrum at well, according to the ball tracking, Gloucester have won the scrum, but we will see. We will see, as we are a few seconds behind as the changes ring for Bath, but I didn't see who. Oh, they didn't win the scrum. But Priest, no, who is that? I don't know. Oh, it's been spilled. That's enough to know that it has been spilled in the tackle, and 12th tree clears up with Rhys Samet with some little quick feet, which allows him an extra metre or two. And again, Gloucester roll to the forwards. Not seeing any options open, obvious. Hines takes to the air, and up it goes. Only not even as far as the Bath 10, but Priestland with a beautiful pickup off the bounce makes comfortable 20 metres, and Bath now roll forward through the forwards with a little tip on as they edge closer to that 10-metre line. Falatau with a cheeky offload. It was perfect. It was perfectly placed, just unexpected, and once again it goes to ground. And Falatau struggling with his hand there by the looks of it. Looks like he might be struggling with fingers. Oh, Max Clark. You've done all the hard work by getting in the right position, but no good, no good. Not only has he got some problems with his fingers, he's now having a stretch of his neck. All the joys of being a professional rugby player, eh? Right. So, scrum down Gloucester. And you would have to say that Gloucester have absolutely dominated the set piece this evening. Even considering Bath were down to 14 and lost their prop. Very much a case of sorry, not Bath down to 14, Gloucester down to 14 and lost their prop. Very much the case that Gloucester have dominated around the set piece area, but it does mean that one of their props is going to have tired legs by the time they get to 60-70 minutes, because they'll have pretty much played a 70-minute game by the end of it. So we will see how the tables turn on that. But, and as I say that, Bath win the penalty. Going sideways. No good for Wayne Barnes. And scrum under pressure and crabbing across. So penalty for Bath. Or Bath, depending on whether you're northern or southern. Well, I'm not really sure who was at fault there. The good old dark arts of the scrum. But anyway, Dunn is prepping himself with a beautiful gash across his ears, of both of his ears now. They will be wonderful cauliflowers for him in years to come. Wow. Sky News are all over it today. Kim Kardashian files for divorce against Kanye West. No surprises there. Anyway, back to Ruggers as Dunn carries forward. And Bayliss and soft hands. No forward pass called, but I'd imagine if they score this, we're going to have a look at it. And Bath again are up in and around that 5-metre line as they go through the forwards. The slow, methodical play that we're so used to in the Prem. As phase by phase, Bath latch onto each other and drive towards that line, making inch by inch count. Penalty advantage. This the 7th phase. Still advantage, as Wayne Barnes calls it again. So you would think at the very least Bath are going to have an opportunity at 3 here. And actually, listening to the telly, there are quite a lot of voices at the ground. I don't know whether they're coming from the houses across the road or whether it's just the staff in the stadium providing a bit of noise. But yeah, there's a fair bit of noise there. It's good to see. Right, so we're coming back for the penalty advantage. What are we having a look at? Oh, try. On-field decision, no try. But we are going to have a little look and see if it was a try, which it does. There's no evidence to suggest that he even breached the line there. No. Nah. No try for me. Oh. Oh, the ball. You do see the ball just slide between 2 legs, but you don't see it grounded. There's nothing there to overturn, so I wouldn't imagine this is going to be a try. Oh, I don't know, you know. Is there enough reasonable doubt? What have I missed? We're looking for try, yes or no. On-field decision is no. No try. But we can't clearly see it grounded, says Wayne Barnes, so no try. But we are going to come back for the penalty. The penalty was for offside. So, Bath to extend their lead through the boots. Their first attempt at a penalty. Priestland's only other attempt was a conversion, which was successful. What have I missed? What do you mean, what have you missed? You're there. You back in the tunnel? Falatau, basically a little bit of nice feet to get himself close to the line, but not enough to get himself over. Anyway, here we go. Looks like the kick is going to be good, judging by the ball tracker. But the ball tracker got it wrong earlier. So let's see. I don't want to count these chickens. But from this position, you would expect Priestland to nudge this. As a few faces peek out from the houses behind the stands, and it's good. It's good. No problems at all. Okay. Anyway, we've got... I was in the media pen. Fair dues, fair dues. Red zone efficiency. 2.3 for Bath. 1.5 for Gloucester. Line break conversions. 1.8 for Bath. None for Gloucester. I don't know what that means. I just read it off the telly. But anyway, Gloucester regather the ball, and we can see here that Bath will be in possession in a minute, but how we get that, well, we'll find out. And, oh, well, that's how it is. A dopey knock-on and a little nudge to cancel out the advantage causes Reece Samet, who has probably had the better of the games on the field, to kick clear from his own 22 all the way down to Bath's 22. And oh, blow the whistle, Wayne Barnes. Blow the whistle, please. That looked naughty. Moyles collided face first into shoulders there. Let's have another look at that. That looked dirty. Oh, is this another red? Is this another red? We are going upstairs. Oh my word. What is going on with the game these days? I've watched 3 games in 3 weeks and seen 3 red cards. I don't want to see a 4th. But oh, there's nothing mitigating. He doesn't. It's a red for me. It's just who is red. Yeah, it's number 5, Williams. Oh shit indeed. Oh shit indeed. Williams has got to go for me. It's a red all day. So first contact from 22, and I can't remember who he is, but first contact from 22 is on the shoulder, but Williams is full contact with the face. In my opinion, this can be nothing but a red card. The facts are facts. Direct contact with the face. He's not mitigating because he's not moved up or down, and it is a red card according to the ball tracking. We'll hear what Wayne Barnes has got to say on it as we see the red card appear. But yeah, another red card, and for me, absolutely 100% a red card. Bath's woes continue. There's not enough of a drop is what Wayne Barnes is saying, and I absolutely agree with that. So the facts: clear foul play, high head, no mitigating, red card. Absolutely correct decision in my opinion. Nobody wants to see it in the game. Ugh. 4 red cards in 3 weeks. And this, Mike Williams, first red card of his career. Shame to see, but interesting fact. Anyway, we move as Gloucester are going to have the penalty. Now, for me, and it happened with the first red card, and it's absolutely right, and it should happen with any red card that is given with contact to the head. The non-offending player must have a HIA. I mean, the contact he receives here, I mean, it's like he's been hit by a boxer. He's got to have a HIA. I didn't see if he went off for a HIA, so I can't confirm or deny that he has. But you saw it in the internationals last weekend. Players are now starting to stay down a little bit longer than they should for a tap on the head, trying to get the referee to have another look at it and see if it was direct contact with the head. Players are starting to try and buy that red card, and I think if you're going to get into that game, then let's put something in place to keep players honest. Anyway, got some photos of a very annoyed looking player. Yeah, I'm not surprised you've got some photos of a very annoyed looking Mike Williams. I would be pretty annoyed if I got a red card for that. But it is the facts of the game. You've got to get low these days. You've got to keep it under shoulder height. And if you hit the face or the head in any way, shape or form, and there's no mitigating circumstances, i.e. the player moving down or falling, then you is going home. Anyway, another penalty for holding on, and Priestland is able to get Bath deep into the 22 for a line out as Gloucester make a change. Walker has gone off, as has Ellis has gone on as well for Matavesi, and Dunn prepares himself for the line out. I'm assuming you got some snaps of Mike Williams going off, if that's the case, because I'd imagine he was the one that was pretty annoyed that his evening has been cut short, as Bath look to punch forward and continue to punch forward through the forwards. Quick ball being developed now, and you would fancy a little bit more urgency from the Bath contingent as they try to extend their lead at home. Both teams down to 14 men as the phases start to slow. And I'm just listening to see if I can hear anything going on the pitch, which I can't really, to be perfectly honest with you. But it does seem that the intensity has lifted as Bath get the penalty for not rolling away. What are we thinking? I'm thinking that Bath want to turn the screw here, and they are going to the corner. Not sure I'd have done that myself, but that's why I'm not a professional player. Anyway, we roll. Bath 5 metres out. Judge has a little whisper in Dunn's ear as the call is made, and we have a 7-man line out, and we're going up at the front, and the maul is set. Once is called, and Bath start to inch forwards. Here we go, we've got a game. As the scrum half is whispering to Priestland to start to move blind. But Christian Judge has made himself, he's got himself over the try line, but there's no way that is ever getting dotted down. So we will have a Bath scrum on the 5 for held up. TSW, you can answer something that we talked about earlier in the first half. What's the weather like? I mean, it looks, for all intents and purposes, on the telly, it looks pretty dry. It looks a bit cold, looks a bit windy, but it looks pretty dry. Just trying to work out why there's so much ball going to ground. But yeah, we've got some water on now, so we've got a little bit of a stoppage while we get some attention. Dunn is very fired up for this. It'll be interesting to see how Bath get on with this scrum under... Well, this will be the first scrum where both teams are down to 14, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how they get on, considering. But we will see now. Looks like we are going to have that moment. And we'll have the free kick for Bath. So Gloucester still are struggling with that set piece, and you know, it appears more and more so that they are not having a good time around the scrum. And Bath have opted to scrum again, so we'll have another go at it, and the ball is in, and again Gloucester give up another penalty as Priestland decides that that's the moment. Then we can have a little cheeky chip through to no avail, so we'll come back for the pen, and you would feel that from here they're probably going to have another scrum. Oh, they're going to go for a tap and go. And Dunn is the man to do the business and carry up. But stopped short of the line. And now Bath are pushed back to the 5 as they come again. Forwards continuing to battle round the corner. Pitch is quite soggy. It's been pouring all day. Ah, okay. That makes a bit more sense. Does look a bit dewy, but I didn't think any more of it than that. So yeah, it makes sense. If it's been pushing it down all day, then that'll be why it's a bit slidey out there. Okay, so Bath maybe a metre out now. Get your camera at the ready. We could have a try here as it piles inches short of the line, and Bath recycle, and more forwards queue up to be the one to batter through Gloucester's defences. But Gloucester cling on, keeping discipline. Oh, I say keeping discipline. They've now given away an advantage, so there's a penalty coming. So you wouldn't mind seeing here the ball out the back, which it looks like it's going to come. Cross field, and Schumann is out there, gathers, but he's bundled into touch, so we'll come back for the penalty. And Moyle, who probably should be off with a head injury assessment, defends beautifully, and your match clock has stopped. Oh, it has. Well spotted. There we go. Penalty awarded. Tap and go by Bath. What are we saying? 60:07. Yeah, so we're still a little under a minute under thing. But thank you for letting me know. That's a bit annoying. But after all that, some good defence by Gloucester, and we have got a penalty for Gloucester. There we go. I think the ball tracking's back online. Yeah, there we go. But there we are. So going off the feet, Bath concede the penalty, and Gloucester have the opportunity to clear their lines and some. Magic. A little bit more open this half. A little bit more rugby's been played, which is good. Bath tried to keep it in, unsuccessfully, and looks like the winger's hurt himself in the process. I'm not sure. Wow, he's blatantly gone off his feet. I mean, he's cleared out his own player there. But yeah, just got a picture there of poor Gloucester player that's got claret all over his face where his nose has burst open, and his teammate is giving him a slap round the head as congratulations. Your whole match tab has frozen or was frozen. Oh no. I think it's fixed now. I don't know though. I'll keep an eye on it. Anyway, we've got a knock on for Bath. Yeah, I think it's moving again now. I think it's okay. Let me know if it's ticking along. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think it's going. Anyway, another scrum, and Gloucester have dominated these so far, but Bath did win a penalty at the last one, so would be interesting. It would be interesting to see what happens this time. And it stands firm. Looks like they've fixed the issue by losing a man. Very strange. High challenge from Hines. And high tackle, penalty only. Yeah, bit of a seatbelt. So we'll get away with that. Started on the shoulder, slid up. So no need for any further sanction. Just a penalty is adequate. And that. It's not your chat. It's just a bit delayed. Don't worry about it. All right, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I think both my telly and I say my telly. I'm watching it through the BT Sport app, so it's less than ideal, I guess. I probably should have done it downstairs with the big telly, but never mind. So yes, I'm about a minute delayed from the ball tracking, and the ball tracking does like to freeze every now and again, so I will try and keep an eye on it. But yes, well, we've got a long range effort then from Priestland, and we're going to see, well, I'm guessing we're going to see this one sail over as the score's 13-6 on the ball tracker. So yeah, about 45 metres. It sailed through the centre. No doubt. Never in doubt. There we go. For a man that's leaving the club, he is certainly playing with pride this evening. Right then, so Gloucester to get us back underway. A couple of changes come. No idea who, because the BT are too busy talking to somebody in the stands. But yeah. Tim Taylor, Gloucester assistant coach, saying that it's both teams are going to now claim that their red card wasn't really a red card, but he is saying that they need to be more clinical and too many silly penalties, which I couldn't agree more with. Gloucester have hemorrhaged meters and penalties, and Priestland finds touch. That looked like huge blow. Yeah, so Gloucester coaches now then just beating the old cliche drum. Got to keep fighting for each other. Got to keep going. Got to get back into this, which all of the above is true, but very generic, not very specific, which you would expect when talking to the press as Faletau crashes up, and Bath have a little bit more pace about them in this second half. They look to have just lifted the intensity of the game slightly, and it seems to be working for them as they press forward again into the backs. Questionably forward, but gets away with it. And here we go. Could be try time again. Deep onto the 5 metre line, and Bath look to go quickly and scramble. I thought that was offside, but Wayne Barnes keeps his arms down as Joseph swings a wild one out wide, and Bath scream towards the corner. I think he's in touch. I think Muir's in touch. What other sports do you watch? I watch them all, mate. I watch NFL. I watch cricket, football. I am one of those guys that just loves sport in general. I would watch, in fact, I have watched recently, is it cornholing? Have you ever seen that? If it's sport, I'll watch it, and I'll proper get into it as well. I like a bit of the darts. I'm basically Sky Sports' favourite customer. Yeah, cornholing. That was an interesting watch. So basically, they got some bean bags and a couple of boards, sort of like 5 metres away, and you throw these bean bags at the hole. And if it doesn't go in, it stays there. So then it becomes a bit like curling, and you've got this tactical battle. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, that's enough about cornholing, because the name sounds a bit suspect. Any motorsports? I like a bit of the F1. I'm not... Oh, he's got that down, you know. I think that's a try, and that is a fantastic try. On-field decision is tried. No reason to turn it over. I like a bit of the F1. There's a foot down there. Oh, he's in touch. He's in touch. I like a bit of the F1. I'm not big onto MotoGP. To be fair, F1's the only motorsport I'm into. I don't follow it religiously, but if it's on the telly, I dip into it, definitely. I'm assuming that you're a motorsports fan. Any particular brand of motorsports you love? As Gloucester go all the way over the top and slide out past the 15 and crash ball up. Gloucester are indeed off the hook again as Bath failed to retreat and are offside. So Billy Twelvetrees is going to absolutely leather this into next week, up into the camera stands and just inside their own half. Are we still ticking along? Here we are. Got me paranoid about this ball tracking now. I'm really annoyed that I'm behind the ball tracking as well, because there's nothing I can do to slow the ball tracking up and match up the times. Anyway, Bath win their own line out sloppily, albeit, and the Caterpillar set, so we're going to have a kick. Was at the MTC yesterday and at Silverstone. Oh, nice. Is there much going on at Silverstone? I thought they'd closed it down for a bit. But yeah, fair play. Fair play indeed. I'm not too far from Silverstone, actually. I'm in Bedfordshire, which is obviously just down the road from Northamptonshire, I want to say. I think I got that right. I'm sure Silverstone's up by Toaster. But yeah. Cool beans. Falatau having an absolute stormer. Arguable case for man of the match at the moment. Him and Reece Zammit. Top performing players on the evening. McLaren shakedown. Oh, nice. 12trees out the back door then for Moyles. And Thorley crashes in and the ball is recycled cleanly. All of a sudden Gloucester now have a little bit of pep in their step and trying to get a little bit more intensity into their play. As Ellis fakes the kick and darts inside. The ball is good as it comes to 12trees, and 12trees out to Moyles, and Gloucester now on the 22. You just start to feel that now these two teams have got a little bit more ball in hand. They are just starting to play as the ball is declared out, and Gloucester managed to scramble to get that get onto that. But Zammit now needs two to bring him down. And 12trees looking into midfield, screaming for play to continue round the corner as he takes it on himself. Oops, and Moyle steps into first receiver. And this is a much better set of phases from Gloucester as we roll into the 13th phase. I work with McLaren for pre-season, then I'm a free agent for the season. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. They're McLaren, they're based in Milton Keynes, aren't they? Is that right? I think so. Not sure. But anyway, 12trees. Again carries. Advantage coming. And the ball struggling to come free, but it does eventually work its way back as it goes out to Moyles, who's chopped down. And Dunn slides over, but his crocodile rolled out the side. And Gloucester, you would feel really hard done by without any points from this. As Zammit chips over the top to chase himself. But Schoeman is there to clean up, so we'll come back for the penalty, and the game will simmer down. So pretty much in front of the posts. Gloucester penalty. It is good according to ball tracking, so we'll assume that's correct, but we'll wait to see how that kick looks, as Stephen Varney just injected a little bit of pace into the Gloucester backline since he's come on. So 13-9. It's becoming a little bit twitchy bum time for teams. 9 minutes left on the clock. How has that 60 minutes with 14 men for Bath fared? Can they cling on to this slender lead now? Dominant collisions, Gloucester 23, Bath 12. Neutral collisions 55-46 in favour of Bath. Negative collisions 7 for Bath, 6 for Gloucester. Collision success 16% for Bath, 31% for Gloucester. Yes! Pleased with that conversion, with the penalty then. I'm glad to see. Awesome. So, Bath now on the attack. And, clearly, the Ginger Ninja is from far off his feet. What's the ball tracking? Get off ball tracking. We want... Give us that back. Thank you. Anyway, I'm not sure what that Ginger Ninja was doing, but there was no way he was on his feet. He dove over the top. It should be a penalty, but it looks like he's given a knock on scrum. So I'm not sure what's going on. But Gloucester, just looking at a few faces on the field there, they want to have a little pop at this. Singing Gloucester, love it, love it. It's coming, it's coming. They've stepped up a little bit. They've just found an extra gear. And are firing through Bath a little bit more comfortably now, which is very, very interesting. Could make this a real humdinger of the last 8 minutes if we can get the ball out of this scrum. But at the minute it doesn't look like it. What are we saying? Both up. And we're going to reset that then. Whoa. Scrums, man. We don't want to see them go out of the game because they are a beautiful art form, but Christ almighty. They don't have to take up some time. You don't want to be a back when scrums are getting reset. You don't have to get cold. Especially on a windy night like this. But... here we go. Stuart Hooper, the Bath director of rugby, sort of taking a bit of a French approach to coaching this evening. Out of his box, down in the lower part of the stands, looking somewhat nervous. Gloucester go left, 12 trees to boot. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. And Forley pressing towards the line, 5 metres out. Geordie Reid now, and Gloucester have advantage. It's getting a bit scrappy, but advantage is coming. And another penalty. Rhys Samet on the crossfield. Shake of the feet beats one. Still needs two to bring him to ground. That boy is an animal. And isn't he banging Paul Scholes' daughter as well? What a lad. What a lad. Close. Oh. Oh. Here we go. So, I've still got it 5 metres out. Close. Jonathan Joseph. Another advantage. Deliberate knock-on as Rhys Samet scuttles across midfield. And, oh, what a try. Glorious, glorious try. And Gloucester have taken the lead through skipper Ludlow in the corner. And the ball tracking is telling us something. Simbin to Bath. The wheels have come off for the Bath boys. I'm going to assume that's Jonathan Joseph that's gone to the bin for a deliberate knock-on, which was blatantly obvious. And nobody wants to see that skullduggery. But Gloucester, with 5 minutes to go... Yeah, Jonathan Joseph trying to claim fingers up. No. Go and have a shower, mate. You're done. 5 minutes left on the clock. Go and have 10 minutes in the bin. Watch the rest of the game from the stands. But... oh, Gloucester. Now then, 5 minutes to go. Yes! You're loving it, TSW. I'll tell you what, this is going to be squeaky bum time for all Gloucester fans up and down the nation, including yourself. Because 4 minutes... you would expect this to go short, and you are going to be asked some serious questions of your defensive set in the next 4 minutes, albeit a man up again. And how will Bath cope with 13 men? But 12 Trees on the try line, taking as much time as he can with this. As the rain starts to fall in Bath, it slides wide, and the camera cuts to Ludlow screaming out encouraging instructions. Yes, boy. Oh, and to be fair, the Gloucester celebrations in the stand are a sight to behold. But oh, scrappy ball bounces off about 4 players and ends up in Bath hands on the Gloucester 10. This game is far from over. Any penalty from this sort of range will you would suggest that Priestland has got that in his locker and nailed down. No? What have you seen that I haven't? 3 minutes left on the clock. Oh. And Bath just recycling ball at the moment, just setting up the phases, 6 phases in, but the clock is against them. An advantage is coming. You would suggest that's in range, so do something magic, which they have, but it's gone forward. Oh, that was almost sexy hands there. But 13 played 18 off the ball. Sloppy mistake to make from Gloucester. And Priestland points at the post and says, this is in my range. I'm going to have a pop at this. Yeah, it's sloppy. It could have gone to either man, but you've got to wait for it to get there first. So Priestland dead straight, 48 metres out, I would say. Rain starting to hammer down there now. Best goal kicking streaks. Rhys Priestland is third. 26 for Wilkinson. And the first was 28, but I didn't see who it was. And the kick is good. Oh my word. Bath with 13 men. And 90 seconds on the board. Miss it, Bath. They haven't, mate. Oh, the ball tracker's froze as well, is it? No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. They go short and try and secure ball, but it's not to be. Gloucester have somehow managed to throw this away at the final roll of the dice with 60 seconds left on the clock. And Bath retain possession. Wayne Barnes screaming, use it. Ball is out. Well, you would say 30 seconds to go. Oh, they're just going to run this clock down unless a mistake can happen. Unless a mistake can happen, you would think this is all done and dusted now for Bath, as the ball tracker switches to Wolverhampton ladies, which means it's all over. We'll wait for my clock to run down to... oops. Wrong thing. We'll wait for my clock to run down to red, and Priestland nudges the ball out, and it's all done and dusted. What a final 10 minutes of rugby that was. Oh, TSW, I feel for you, man. What have Gloucester got to do to win a game? They've got to play some better rugby. They've got to be more consistent throughout 80 minutes. Playing like that... if they could play like they did in the last 10 for 80, they could be in a good position. But as the pictures shoot to 12 Trees, who is literally biting the ends of his fingers, I tell you what, sod taking pictures, just go on to BT Sports and screen grab that. That is basically told the tale of the match. Really nail biting stuff at the end there, and it's a bit of a shame that Gloucester didn't walk away with the points, but they will take the bonus point, and yeah, they'll take some heart into next week, thinking that they can perhaps improve slightly. Just that clinical finishing really that let them down at the end there. Anyway, man of the match, completely agree with this one. Was going to call it myself. I mentioned him earlier. Falatau has had an awesome game. The only player that came close to him was Reece Zammit, who looked tasty. Let's make some decisions. Okay, so we're going to cover... Let's see. Oh no, Worcester Newcastle cancelled. Oh dear. Right, okay, so we'll cover Harlequins and Sale and Exeter Northampton tomorrow. We'll do both of those, which will be back to back. And we will leave Sunday alone because I'm working. Will you be live next time? Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, mate. I'll be live tomorrow from 1 o'clock. So hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And catch up with me tomorrow for Harlequins and Sale. Yes, Harlequins and Sale. 4th and 3rd place game. How does that affect the table? Bath, it doesn't affect the table. Bath are on 20 points, Gloucester 11, but are now joint bottom with Worcester with a slightly worse points average. Right, I will let you go and take some snaps, my friend TSW. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Do, as I say, join us tomorrow for more rugby. We will be back here live